Hey guys, welcome back to Keeping Up with China, and we're back with another video, you guys. If you're new, welcome, and if you're not, welcome back. Make sure that I have the video regarding my giveaway up, so make sure you guys go check that out. And if you want to participate in it, make sure you participate before before the deadline, which is April 3rd is when I'm going to announce the winners. Anyway, so today's video I'm going to be talking about my locks. Well, not my locks in general, but just locks in general. I'm going to be talking about the stages of locks. I know a lot of people, they ask me like, oh my gosh, your hair is so pretty, oh my gosh, how long has it been growing it? I've been thinking about starting locks, but I just don't know, and like I get that all the time. I'm like y'all don't know the struggle I went through to get to this. If you knew me before I started my locks and during my journey throughout with my locks, you will know what I mean. Like, yeah, I know how I started my locks. My locks were the definition of a struggle. Like, okay. First and foremost, you guys, I'm wearing my robe. It's 6 o'clock in the morning, and I literally forced myself to get out of bed. Well, not to get out of bed, but to actually do this video because I was just so tired. Some days this quarantine thing just got me so lazy. All I want to do is be in bed watching The Walking Dead and not doing nothing with my life. Like, I literally have to drag myself out to do anything. So I'm just like, let me just get up on here and make this video. So I'm in my robe, so sorry, not sorry. But anyways, so I think before you start your locks, you really have to understand the process. Like, you don't instantly get matured locks. Like, you don't get instant locks right away. I mean, I know that nowadays they do like instant locks, like where they attach the not fake lock. Well, it is fake. The attachment, it's kind of like what can I call them? I don't know, but like they attach the locks to your real hair, and it looks like, I mean, it does look like real locks. So nowadays that people have other that option if they don't want to like actually grow out their, like if they have really short hair, don't want to go through the whole stages of locks, then they just get the instant locks where they instantly get locks. Yeah, but I mean, I didn't want that. I wanted the whole process. I wanted to go through the whole process and stuff like that. So, and if you know me, y'all know how I started off. I had a perm before, so I had to let my roots grow at least an inch or two before I actually started, because I had perm, so I had to let my natural hair grow out and actually cut the soft part, the perm part off and stuff. I cut it off, and then and honestly, truly, guys, I didn't know what I was getting myself into. I didn't know how my hair would turn out. I just knew that I wanted locks so bad, and my sister actually started them for me. So like, and she didn't know what she was doing either. Like, yeah, we both did not know what we was doing. I just knew I wanted locks, and I did not want to pay anybody to do my hair, because people who start locks, they can be charging you like a lot of money. So I'm like, I'm a cheap girl. Like, if I can see a video and try to mimic it myself and do it myself, why not save money? So I'm gonna go over the 5 stages of locks. So the first the first stage is the beginner lock phase. I'm gonna try to be posting videos and pictures in this video while I talk and stuff like that, so you guys can see the different stages that I'm gonna go over. Okay, so the first one is the beginner lock phases. That's when, like, you first starting off. Most people start them off with coils, comb coils, 2-strand twists, and that's basically serve as the foundation of your locks, the base of your locks, and the way that they're going to you know, that's how, you know, you get the base of your lock, like how they're gonna turn out have a lot to do with how you start them, and you know, the partings and all that stuff, the thickness of the parting and all that stuff. So that really does play a big role of how your hair is gonna turn out, you know, later on, you know. So I'm gonna just show a lot of pictures of, you know, the beginning stage, you know, of like comb coils, two strands to twist. I even hear, you know, people starting them off with like plaits, like, you know, the 3-strand plaits. I've never actually seen someone do it, but I've seen people online that, you know, that they start them with like that. The second stage is the pre-lock phase. That's when like the lock, like it's trying to find its way around, like it's trying to figure out, like, you know, what to do. Like they're not really sure what's going on, but they're doing something. Like, just like you gotta understand locks, like in the beginning stages, like there's so much, like there's so much going on, but you can't really tell because you know, they're like, you know, when you first got them done, they're cute, you know, the cute little curls, cute little twists or whatever, and then they started looking a little crazy. You're just like, what's going on with my locks? Like, why they look like that, you know? At the beginning, you know, the comb coils, they look soft and luscious and shiny and all that stuff. The second phase, you know, they start to look a little dull, like they don't know what they're doing, you know. Just what I can say is trust the process, you guys. Trust the process. And then yeah, so in this phase, it starts to like they kind of like separate and stuff from like the form that you started them with and stuff like that. And sometimes they start puffing up and stuff like that, which is called the budding stage, where, like, you know, they start to puff up and stuff like that, and they just look weird, you know. And I remember my budding phase, they was puffy. Like, I was like, what is going on with my hair, you know? So they're starting, like, that means that that's actually a good sign that they're starting to form, you know. They're actually starting to form, you know. Something's cooking up there. All right. And then the third phase is the sprouting phase, is where, like, you know, the end, like they start to like seal and stuff, you know, like they start to seal. And also remember, you guys, during, you know, all these stages from 1 to like 4, if not 5, like, well, 1 to like 3 or 4, you will experience a lot of frizz. Like, I'm sorry, but you will go through a phase of frizz. I mean, till this day I still have a little bit of frizz. It's not as bad as it was back then, but I still experience a lot of, you know, a little bit of frizz and stuff. And, you know, now my hairs are, you know, like matured now, you know, I would say, but I still do experience frizz. Yeah, so, you know, that's when, like, you know, for the sprouting phase is when, like, you know, the ends start to like seal. But that also depends on your hair texture. Like, if you have like a looser curl pattern and stuff, you know, that process might take a little bit longer to, you know, for your ends to seal. With you know, with coiler, more thicker hair, like, for example, 4C hair textures, their ends and stuff tend to seal a little bit, you know, faster and stuff like that, because, you know, our hair is it's coarser, and then, you know, stuff like that. So, but that doesn't mean, like, you know, for like looser curl people, that has you know, not a natural looser, you know, curl patterns, that doesn't mean that your hair is not going to lock, it's not going to seal. It's just, it might just take longer than, you know, people who have coarser hair, you know. So yeah, so, and then the fourth phase is where you'll see growth. You know, that's when your hair starts to, like, you know, you actually start seeing the length, you know, from stage 1 to 3. Like, you will, like, if you started off with like long hair and stuff like that, you will experience a lot of like shrinkage and stuff. Like, you will be like, why is my hair going backward? Why isn't, you know, why it might not, well, why isn't my hair, you know, getting longer, but it's getting shorter? You know, that's the, you know, that's the those 3 stages. That's when your hair is not really sure what it's doing. It's trying to find its way around. It's trying to figure out what it want to do and stuff like that. So you will experience a lot of shrinkage. That's okay, because once that period, that those phases are over, you will start seeing the length. Like you will start seeing the length. Like for people who start off with like shorter hair, like me, who started off with basically nothing, I mean, I didn't really experience that much shortage because I didn't have nothing to start off with, really. Like I didn't have much to start off with. I didn't have much to, you know, for shrinkage to happen, you know. So you wouldn't really experience that much shrinkage with, like, if you know, as if you started with long hair, you would see a lot of shrinkage in the beginning stages and stuff like that, you know. Yeah, so like in the 4th stages, you will see a lot of length. Like you will see your hair actually starting to grow. And it's very important that you take pictures, because if you're just comparing it based on your memory, you're not gonna, you will never see the length. Because me, like, I don't even know how my hair got this long, because in my head, you know, like, I would still remember my hair being this short, you know, like, because I started with literally like this much of hair, like about 1 inch or 2, you know. So take a lot of pictures, because the pictures is what will help you see the different lengths, the different phases that your hair is going through. Like I took a lot of pictures and over the years and stuff, and I can actually see, you know, how my hair went from each stages, from the budding stages, from like the sprouting phases, when the ends are starting to seal, you know, the beginning stage. I can see all those stages because I took a lot of pictures, and I can compare them. Because if I'm just going based off my head, I'm not gonna really see it, you know, as much, stuff like that. And then the 5th stage is the maturation phase, which is when your locks finally found its way. It finally found, you know, like now it's matured into the, you know, the form of lock. Like, you know, if you started off with comb coils, you know, you'll still see, you know, like, you know, the comb coil, like it'll look more like comb coils, because if you started off with like twists, you can tell the difference between the person who started off their hair with comb coils and from a person who started them off with twist or plaits. You can tell the difference based on the end result. Like the 5th stage, which is the maturation stage, where like, you know, basically that's how your lock is going to, you know, eventually grow. Like this is how they're gonna look like, you know, like the not the pattern, but like the what's the word, like, you know, it's the way that it looks now, like, you know, how the thickness and all that stuff, this is how it's going to grow, you know, each, like, you know, it's gonna get longer and stuff. This is how it's gonna look like, you know. Your hair is gonna be more dense, like you will get more, you know, length, and your hair will be like, you know, the ends and stuff will be all the way sealed, if not all the way sealed, you know, or close to being sealed, depending on your hair texture. Like I mentioned before, you know, everybody's hair is different, you know, so each stage is, you're not gonna experience each, like, you know, it might take you longer than others to, you know, get through each stage and stuff like that. Yeah, so like, you know, you just gotta, you know, like our locks, you know, locks are just, to me, they're just, I don't know, it's just, I like how, you know, they just do their own thing. Like you don't even have to do anything. All you got to do is retwist. Like at the beginning, it looks crazy. You're just like, how is my hair gonna lock? Trust me, it will eventually lock. No matter how loose your curl pattern, you know, you think that they're not gonna lock, they are gonna lock. Like, you guys, you just got to be patient. That's another thing too. You got to be patient, embrace each stages, and just know that they will lock. Cause I did not think my hair was gonna lock, because the way I started them, I still had a little bit of soft ends some of my hair, so I did not really think that they was gonna actually grow. I mean, like lock, I mean. And look, like the ends are literally just locked, you guys. Like, look at that, you know, look at this, you know. So, and you will see the length, like trust me guys, like you will see the length, like after like a year, like after a year, I feel like that's when you will start seeing the length and stuff. Just take pictures, and believe me guys, you guys will see the length, because it's all a process. It's part of the process. Everything you're gonna experience, make sure you take pictures, and just, you know that you will get there. Like, you will start seeing your hair flourish. Just know that before you actually start locks, make sure you are 100% sure this is what you want to do with your hair. You know, make sure that the right size, the right length, I mean not the right length, but just the right size, and the way that you want to start them off and stuff like that. Me, I didn't know what I was doing. My partings are all messed up, and I mean, I don't really mind, because I mean, I started them, my sister started them myself, and I don't really mind. Some of them are bigger than the others, which is fine with me. Like, I mean, for me it works for me. So, but you guys, that is it for this video, guys. I will see you guys on the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.